Hi chums. Okay, I've got two videos to do. The first one is kind of appropriate because it's about New Year resolutions. And I purposely held off until now because if anybody's like me, any resolutions they made were broken. So I'm going to talk about a new resolution that you can make that will possibly save you time, could possibly save your life, and might definitely save someone else's life. Okay? Talk about it in a minute, but once again, the elephant in the room is my face. You remember I had the liquid nitrogen thing done about 6 weeks ago. Well, the scars all cleared up and all the rest of it. I had to grow a beard because I couldn't shave because I couldn't touch the scars in case I left scabs. Then the next part of that process is to put on a cream. Now this cream goes on for 3 days, over 3 days, and you can't put it on within 2 hours of having a shower or washing your face. You cannot touch your face or allow it to get wet or contaminated for 6 hours, and then you do it for 3 days. Now, this stuff is called Picato cream. It comes in little tiny tubes, and it is potent stuff. What it does is it fools your immune system or tricks it into thinking that it has to destroy the skin cells that are damaged. So the immune system destroys the damaged skin cells. Now this thing damages a lot of the cells anyway. So it's like, I know, it's like a chemical peel sort of thing. You get rid of all the old damaged cells that were damaged by the sun, and then your body produces new cells. Now, it's a long process. The reason I'm doing this is because we all say, at my age, we all like saying things. If I had known then what I know now, things would have been different. Okay? A lot of you are maybe a lot younger than me, but probably a whole lot of you are, and you maybe have children, or you're maybe not that or you're old yourself. This is your chance to apply the knowledge of if I knew then what I know now. Okay, so I'm saving you 40 years here. This is what happens when you go into the sun in a hot country where you have never experienced a type of sun before and work without protection. So I'm going to show you what state my face is in now, okay? And this is with the cream on, okay? I'm just trying to get the camera up. Now you can see what's happening here. It's starting to peel the skin off my face. And I'm just going to try and work this into the light here so that you can see it right. Okay, so that's shake done, and then this shake here. I'm trying to see what's going on, trying to get the light on it here somewhere. Oh, that's not bad there now. Okay, if I turn like that, you maybe see it. As you can see, it's a real bloody mess, you know. And it's very sore, and it's like a really bad burn. And for 3 days it's been burning. It's not as bad now, but what's happening now is the skin's getting tighter and tighter, and it's starting to crack open, and it's very painful. When I blink, I can feel it. Now, this is not a pity party. I'm telling you this so that if you're in any doubt about the value of using factor 50 sun cream, use it and stay out of the sun, okay? I went to Canada when I was 17, 18, 19, I think 20, and I worked on church roofs and outside churches installing stained glass windows. So I was in the sun all the time. At that time in Canada, the sun was 45 degrees every day, and it was absolutely relentless. When you're on a church roof with no protection, you're getting a lot of sunshine. It wasn't bravado that I didn't put on sunscreen. We didn't know to do this, and everybody at that time, everybody was chasing the sun because brown was beautiful, and if you had your golden tan, you looked healthy, and all the ads were full of beautiful tan people. So people wanted a tan to look healthy. We were doing the worst thing we possibly could, you know. So if you're young now, don't put yourself in the position that I'm in now, where 40 years later I'm having to go through this regime. And the reason is because this is not cancer, but it would be. And the doctor told me I came soon enough that it was basically sun damage. Keratinosis, keratinosis. I'm not too sure what it's called. I don't look up things on the internet, so I just listen to what the doctor says and leave it at that, because you look up things on the internet and you scare the life out of yourself. I've done it once or twice and didn't like it at all, you know. So I just thought, look, I'll listen to the doctor and whatever happens, happens. But use the sun creams and you'll not end up in this position. Now, the doctor told me if I hadn't come to see her and hadn't mentioned to my own doctor, it would have become cancer and it would have been in real trouble then, you know. So this is what happens when you don't protect your skin, okay? Right. I'll go on with the other thing anyway, right. The New Year resolution, okay. The drivers especially, okay, this is for the drivers. And I want you to be more aware of motorbikes, alright? Now the reason is because I've been in both positions. I've been a car driver and a bike rider. And there's one situation that absolutely scared the life out of me. Now, for people who drive on the left hand side of the road like we do here in Ireland and UK and Australia and Japan, when you come to a junction to turn right, you're going to go across the carriageway. In America and Europe, when you come to a junction to turn left, you're going to go across the carriageway. Okay? Now, that is a really scary maneuver for a motorbike, because if a motorbike's driving towards you and you look up the road and you see the motorbike and then you look away, the person on the bike doesn't know if you've seen them or not. So they slow down. So you're not going to go, if you've seen the bike, you're not going to go anywhere anyway. So if you look away, the rider of the bike is going to slow down. I always slow down, because if the car is turning, okay, say that situation where the car was turning left or right in America, so it was going to end up going the same direction as me. At least if it pulled onto the carriageway, it was going away from me slowly. Well, it was going away from me anyway, but at least I had somewhere to escape. But if you're driving down the road and a car comes out like that, straight in it, you've nowhere to go. You're just hammered basically. So what I do now is, whenever I see a bike on my right, or in America on my left, I don't look anywhere else until that bike has passed me, because I know I'm not going to go anywhere until the bike passes. So I watch the bike, and I would sometimes even give them a thumbs up, and almost every single rider acknowledges it. They wave, they nod their helmet, they let me know that they appreciate the fact that I kept watching them, because they didn't have to slow down. They knew I had seen them and they knew it was safe. But if ever a time comes where sometimes I've looked up the road and broken my own rule, looked this way and the bike coming up here, when I look back, the bike's going slower, because the person doesn't know if I've seen them or not. So my suggestion for a New Year resolution is not to stop doing something, it's to start doing something. And that something is, when you're driving and you come to a junction and you see a motorbike, keep watching the bike. Forget about everything else, just watch the bike, because you're going to go nowhere anyway, and you'll give the guy in the bike confidence. You'll know you've seen him or her, and that'll keep you safe. There's nothing worse than you pulling out on a bike you didn't see, because that's just a disaster for everybody. You might not get killed, but the biker certainly will, because he's flying into a couple of ton of metal, and that's not good, you know. So watch for the bikes, please, at junctions. That's the really scary part. When you're on the bike and you think a driver hasn't seen you, it is really terrifying. And I always slowed down, and most of the mates did the same thing. But whenever we saw a driver watching us, we just kept going. So there you are. Save yourself some time, maybe save a life. Okay? So watch for bikes. Alright, thank you very much, folks. And that's it. Another video coming up now. All the best now. Bye bye.